Right, so quick note about the map I just played. You can see that it says I used Drake, but I had actually planned to use Sonya on this map. But since, if you go back and look at how I played this map, it's very easy to imagine Sonya doing the same thing. I'm just not going to worry about it and move on with the rest of the maps. So here we have a very bad movie reference, and we're going to use Kanbei for this one. Kanbei is a very tough CO to play, because the increased cost of your units means that you can't really get the big ones out quicker. Alright, so for this map, we're up against Grit. We have a lot of funds for Grit, but a lot of funds for us too. Like, more so than usual, at any rate. So let's get started here. That HQ is actually more vulnerable than it looks because, of course, the enemy builds as far away from its own HQ as possible, so we're going to see if we can sneak in there. Let's get the APC going. No real need to worry about the infantry attacking it, because the AI almost never attacks with infantry, unless it's Kanbei, and we're playing as him. Oh, that looks tougher than I was expecting. So let's just grab these cities here. Maybe roll out some... Oh, I should have built from here. I think it's closer, but the forest is in the way, so I actually don't know. See, he built absolutely nothing from this base, and I don't really know why that is, but we'll just capture it. After all, Kanbei must have bases. Or something like that. It's a phrase from the campaign. Everybody remembers Kanbei's error, either for the actual error in Kanbei's error, or the extremely difficult hard mode version. So it looks like Grit is building medium tanks. I wonder if this map originally had mechs in it. But I suppose there's no reason for him to build rockets without something to guard it. Yes. Grit is a CO who is kind of, like, not considered as broken as he used to be. Because he doesn't deal with air battles very well, and even if you do have lots of indirects, you do kind of need, like, to guard the initial ones at first. Alright, so maybe we can just, yeah, I think we're gonna build out of this base and then just leave all the other ones, because the tank does absolutely nothing to us when it's coming from Grit. So let's scoot on over to that HQ, see if we can snag it for ourselves. We have to get rid of the artillery on the way, though. Yeah. Actually, maybe I will just guard the HQ, because I don't want these infantry to get hit. Looks like they're going to anyways, though. As I said, the issue with using Advance Wars 1 as a base for your ROM hack is that the AI is just so awful. Look at this. Grit Missile. That's the correct CO to build a missile with, but only if there are airports, and only if you're actually using air units. My goodness. Alright, so I think he will target the APC. That seems most likely. Oh, I forgot what I was using that tank for. Oh well, it's not like, I'll just make more tanks. I'm playing Kanbei like I'm playing Max. Alright, so now he's got a rocket finally. And it looks like we better... Oh, he put the... Oh, that's gonna be bad. He put the missile on the HQ. So we're going to have to take some extra time to capture it. But this anti-air can't do anything. That was a very bad spot for a base. I can't believe I put bases around mountains. It's just so easy to clog them up. So keep it moving. We gotta get everybody away from the incoming medium. Is this in range? No, it isn't. So that should be alright. And Grit's got like 36,000 in reserve, and he's not using it on anything. I wonder what happened there. Alright, just gotta get everybody across the river, and we should have this cleaned up. Oh yeah, we win. Because there's nothing he can do now. I will just destroy units for power and put my tank on the bridge here. I don't think I've lost even a single unit. Wow, what an easy map. I can't believe I designed it that way. Yeah, definitely needed more time. I should have been testing these way more. Or using Advance Wars 2. But, you know, it was the 10th anniversary of Advance Wars 1, so I wanted to use Advance Wars 1, even though that was probably a very huge mistake. My apologies. But it is more content to play at any rate. You can, it is kind of nostalgic to have fun with the very broken Advance Wars 1 AI. Alright, so next up on our list is an actually pretty difficult map. You're up against Eagle, and you have an air battle, which is Eagle's, like, home turf, basically. So, I'm going to use Olaf because his CO power is actually pretty good if you are using it against Eagle, because, like, air units don't mean much if they can't move that far. So, it is actually pretty cool to use Olaf's power here. Cool, because it's a blizzard. I'm so sorry. So, oh yeah, even if he gets Lightning Strike, because he can only move, like, half as many spaces under Blizzard, then, you know, you've basically negated his CO power that way, too. So as you can see, it's possible to capture that airport on turn 1, if you, well, turn, like, 2 or something. If you, build a T-copter on turn 1. If you wait any longer, I think he has a B-copter there before you're able to capture it. And it doesn't really mean much because now he's got a B-copter and he's probably going to destroy this infantry. But just shutting down his airports is worth it. The sooner you shut him down, the better. And the sooner you start producing your own B-copters. Alright, so now I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he is going to target the T-copter most likely, and get rid of that B-copter as soon as I can. Yeah, this should be alright. Alright, Eagle, are you going to go for the T-copter or the infantry? He chooses T-copter. So that was the best move. Now we can start using this airport for T-copters, or B-copters, excuse me. I always get the B's and the T's confused. Alright. Let's go and get this airport, or we could actually try and make a move on the HQ. Alright, so this is going very well so far. I get the feeling if Olaf can pull off this map, then any CO could pull off this map. Do we move for the HQ or no? I would love to destroy this B-copter, but it's too risky with that anti-air there. So let's pull back, and if he wants to recapture his HQ, his airport, yeah, he can do that if he wants. It's just going to take lots more time when he could be worrying about everything else on the map. I have a feeling I should probably just go for that airport there and build up my B-copters there. No, the B-copter is going for the infantry for some reason. I wonder why that is. This could mean trouble for the technique score. Let's see here. Can I get past the anti-air's range? Yes. Looks like it. And there's only one anti-air. I mean, it can't destroy all of us. In fact, if we built a B-copter, a T-copter, why am I getting the B's and the T's confused? If we built a T-copter, it should distract the anti-air and all of the B-copters will be allowed past. Now it just depends on what he builds out of his bases. Because I can see that he's got a missile there for some weird reason. I mean, it is good for deterring air units, but, well, it's not really good for deterring air units. It's not that good for anything. Because look what my air units are going to do. Uh-oh, missiles destroyed. Now you don't have that 12,000 Gs you spent on it. We have to wait to get that anti-air, that APC out of the way. I'm just not naming units correctly at all today. Alright, so we saved the infantry there, which is going to be great for technique. I was worried for a moment there. Oh, we really got to get rid of that anti-air now, though, so medium tank time. I'm still worried about my technique score. Because we've lost 2 units so far. The T-copter and the other T-copter. And now the infantry. So that's 3 units. So now he's got a B-copter at that airport, so we could be in a bit of trouble here. It's actually out of range of our current B-copters. And, should we use this to... No, it's just gonna move closer. I think we have to let the T-copter get blown up here, too, by the medium tank. And, yeah, we're actually losing quite a number of units. More so than I would have liked at any rate. But we do have our CO power now. I'm actually going to check his meter here. Yeah, his meter is almost full, and since Eagle uses his CO power at the end of his turns rather than at the beginning, what I'm going to do is, since it's very possible that his meter is going to be full by the end of next turn, I'm going to go ahead and use Blizzard right away here. Because after destroying the T-copter and that infantry, he's definitely going to blow up that infantry, so... It's only 1 turn's worth of Blizzard, but if it stops him from doing anything crazy, then, you know, by all means. Oh, the T-copter actually lived on 1 health, and it actually doesn't look like he's going to get his CO power there. So this I should have saved it, but I think we'll be okay here, because if we destroy all of these, and then, yeah, there's no way for him to get to the infantry now, so I think we've basically pretty much won at this point. Now we just have to worry about power and tech. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower his HP as much as we can. We want him to have a bunch of 1 or 2 health units, so that we can destroy them all for the power score, because it's based on how many units destroyed in 1 turn. Alright. He's gonna get 2 turns, but he'll never get past the B-copters anyways. Oh, he could if, he could, though. He could get past it, I think. And this is also good because Lightning Strike causes him to lose so much defense that we're just going to blow up a ton of units here. Alright, so I've lost 1 more unit than I would have liked. And the other B-copter just sat there? That's very odd. Alright, so time to destroy units for power. Is that going to be enough? It is. a little luck was required there. Wasn't a guaranteed one shot. And now we need to build units for tech. I think we're okay. Status. 5 units lost, but we built 27 units. We could make it 28 by joining and then building out of here. So let's see what the total is. It's not going to be 999, I know that for sure. Yep, there it is. 979, but still a win overall. Maybe this beats the score I already had. Oh yeah, it does. Just barely. I kind of like the 999 system instead of the 300 system that stays for Advance Wars 2 and DS. I must be doing something wrong with this map because I've tried it like 4 times and I still can't beat it with Sammy with an S rank. I have like my method for this, it's just... Right, so I know how to get the base on like the 4th turn. Because I remember that being important, like getting a base up there. But then what do? I'm just completely lost. Am I supposed to send a mech? Are my infantry just supposed to run right for that HQ? I really don't know. Let's see. Block the tank. And these infantry are going to start capturing things. Because I'm having trouble with power, I'm having trouble with technique. That should distract the tank, hopefully. There's not really any Navy units I can build. This is a Navy-centric map, and the Navy in Advance Wars 1 is, like, probably Navy at its worst. Go there so that the rocket is distracted. I suppose I could load up an APC onto a lander. Because APCs, I keep forgetting about how distracting they are to the AI. Transporters in general do that. Like, the rocket is going to shoot at the lander instead of the medium tank like it probably should have. Alright, so the rocket's gone. That's a good start. You kind of have to win a luck roll there for that particular rocket to explode. And let's send a mech over as well. Actually, we could drop the... We could drop the APC and the mech and then load one into the other. Alright, this is going a little bit better. Going to get some repairs on these. Unfortunately, I don't have the money for a, oh, hello. Oh, I completely forgot about that, and you know what the worst part of this is? A Drake sub is probably a one-shot kill. on landers, unless Sammy also gives a defensive buff. Let's check. Oh, actually, Drake doesn't give any sort of bonus to lander wait, no. Drake's buffs in Advance Wars 1 are defensive, not offensive, so we are okay. That was very, very dangerous. We're still going to lose the lander, but it's really okay. I want to get this lander out of the area with the sub right now. And I want to get rid of the medium tank too, but it's kind of in the way right now. But this is going a lot better. Yeah, I'm okay with that, actually. Alright, this is going okay so far. This shouldn't matter too much, the tsunami here. We lose one unit. I'm pretty sure that's the only unit we've lost so far. We're gonna lose the... Oh, I did not know that infantry could actually attack the APCs. Alright. Now we need to worry about... Oh, the rocket's still going to be alive. Darn it. Well, it depends on whether or not they decide to shoot at the APC. Yeah, I wish this didn't hinge so much on luck. I don't think it really does hinge on luck so much, but it really feels as if it does. And I guess that's on me for using a really poor strategy. Alright, the infantry is gone. The tank is neutralized. So I'm hoping this goes well. He's got a medium tank. Alright, I'll join here. The medium tank is going to be distracted by the APC, and I'm going to put it on the HQ for maximum defense. So all things considered, I think this should be okay. There's the sub. Probably went under. Now we gotta start building for tech, because we've lost 2 units and built about 20. We're about to lose a 3rd unit, so technique might actually not be that bad. And I still haven't used that CO power because I'm saving it for the defense when I put the unit on the HQ. Okay, we're gonna lose 4 units. Use this for the defense boost. Now, I believe we need the mech to stay at... Let's see what the number is. We need him at, like, 5 or 6 or more, I think. The only real threat is the medium tank, and we're going to lower that to 1. So I think our victory is in the bag right here. The question is, what do we do about technique? Because we have, oh geez, I can't even load the lander onto the... Can we get him out? No, we can't get him out. This is so dumb. Oh, but we can do this instead. Yeah, that works. Oh, but we have an anti-air, like, right there. We can do this. Now that just leaves our power score. I'm going to damage the infantry like this. And then we can just destroy them all for power on the final turn. And that took like 14 days or something, I think. Alright, so I got it right this time. It took like 5 attempts, but I got it right finally. It's looking like I got it right at least. So first we destroy for power. And 2 units, 3 units. This is going to be enough for power for sure. Like 5, 6 units destroyed in one turn. Alright, let's see what the number is. Not 999, that's for sure. Nope. But it should be enough for the S rank. 991. Okay. Still kind of impressive. I think that's actually better than the 985 that I got previously. Yeah. Alright, so that went well. Just need to defend my units a little bit better, and you too can get a 999. Now it's time for one of the big ones. Yes, you get to face Kanbei on Fist Peninsula, the infamous map from the original Famicom Wars that is very heavily, like, weighted in Blue's favor. But if you use Grit, this becomes pathetically easy because of all the choke points. And it's not even just the choke points, actually. It's the fact that the Advanced Wars 1 AI still doesn't know what to do with Fist Peninsula. I mean, it's gonna be so weird. It's got 22,000, and so far it's not building any missiles or anything. Like, you saw that I had this beaten in 13 days, right? So, unsurprisingly, the name of the game is going to be Spam Artillery. Block off all the enemy units. Those aren't bad units to build on the first turn, but I've seen Kanbei spend all of his money on missiles. Again. Because the game can't dynamically say, oh, there are no airports, I shouldn't build any missiles. But the game will still do that, because apparently I replaced an air map with Fist Peninsula. And I guess contrary to what I said before, see, there it is, a missile. And apparently, like, even though I said Kanbei was actually brave enough to attack infantry with other infantry, apparently he just doesn't want to do that. You're not going to take much damage, dude. Do you want to, like, make your capturing quicker? So yeah, if we move swiftly, this should be easy. Get you... Oh, I should have joined that infantry. Just blow you up. I guess we'll have this... yeah, I should have joined, because then I would have had the money for another artillery. See, look, 2 HP infantry. He could totally destroy me, but he doesn't go for it. I've never understood that. Let's do all of this. I want to keep that artillery right where it is. Now we do need to worry about enemy tanks and stuff. But at least we can start getting some artilleries out here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a tank eventually. Oh yeah, there was no way that was going to hold the choke point, so we've lost 1 unit so far. I guess getting some artillery over here wouldn't hurt either, because I think he's going to start trying to get units to the other side. Yeah, I think now's the time, though, we start cranking out some tanks. But still, yeah, you can see that he actually has a very low number of units. Like, he's actually going for quality rather than quantity. Which normally would be a good thing, but you kind of need a balance in Advanced Wars. I could route this, actually. Like, I just realized. If that medium tank comes in close enough and I get snipe attack, then I could actually route, which would be very hilarious, to take down the mighty Fist Peninsula by routing it. But we do have morale boosts to worry about here. 1, 2... The medium tank can't get to the infantry quite yet. But this is going to trigger snipe attack. Oh, I'm nowhere near triggering snipe attack. This morale boost is annoying, though. Oh, I'm actually out of ammo. Or running close to it, rather. I'm just gonna let the mech capture. I'm probably going to use artillery to deal with that mech. Oh, he one-shot it. Not what I was hoping for. Kind of annoying that things have slowed down a little bit. We're almost up to snipe attack, though. Actually, we have it right now, but I'll wait until next turn. Alright, so things are going good so far. Only lost, I think, 2 units, which is good. I guess I'll just snipe attack immediately. Remember, in Advanced Wars 1, this gives you +2 range. Look at that. It's glorious, I tell ya. Probably could have waited until more artillery's gotten range, but I should be able to shoot at the medium tank from this range. That's incredible. Who can this hit? I'll get rid of his mech. Another quirk to the AI worth noting is that if you destroy most or all of their infantry, they will usually be forced to build more infantry. Well, not be forced, but yeah. Alright, so that infantry unit is finally out of the picture. Rockets are just an awful choice on this map. I forget how the original Famicom Wars had it with rockets. I think they were originally a tread unit instead of a tire unit, but as a tire unit, they'd be completely awful on this map, because look at how dense the terrain is. Maybe that was their way of... Well, actually... If it was originally a tread unit in Famicom Wars, then, that thing I just said probably didn't matter. Oh well. So he's down to nothing but his infantry. So this should not take many more turns. What are we on? Turn 13? And I think in my original run of this, I had the map routed by now. Of course, that was just me ironing out strategies. Not like it can repeat the same thing. That's dangerous because I could lose the tank. Yeah, why not? It'll force him to build more mechs. I don't even know why I built that medium tank. It's probably not going to see any sort of combat. Oh wow, he left the mech inside the APC. That's actually a mistake. Like, I didn't really think about it much until now, but like, ever since playing Wargroove, I've actually realized that when you have a transporter unit, you actually, like, almost never want to leave the unit inside the transport, because you can unload in the same turn you loaded. So why not have them unloaded when the turn is over in case they need to do something else? But you never really think about that in Advanced Wars because it never really comes up. Like, transporters aren't really used in the multiplayer. Like, when people play Days of Ruin Online, they're not exactly using the rig a lot. But Wargroove's wagon is a really excellent unit. Some would say it's the best unit in the game, but it's a support unit, so, like, I don't know what they're thinking. Alright, Kanbei, you might as well surrender. But that yellow comet honor means that you can't ever surrender. I guess in that sense, Yellow Comet is very much true to life. And there we go. That's Fist Peninsula cleared. I just hope it was good enough. It looks like it. 999. There we go. Alright, so that's it for this session of Advanced Wars 10th Anniversary ROM Hack Map Pack War Room thing. Next time, we'll take on a really, really difficult map. I know which one it is, and it's actually pretty tough. So, we'll see what that's like when we get there.